right, welcome to Frame of Reference, the show where we feature music videos. We'll talk to the bands, the artists, the directors, and kind of get a behind the scenes look at how that whole process happened. Today we have Forrest Isn't Dead, and with the director Matt Grant for the music video Fire. So Forrest, let's start with you. How did you get started making music? Kind of like who are your biggest influences? Just give us a little backstory on you.
First off, I just want to say it's not Matt Grant, it's legendary Matt Grant.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Okay.
Second, so I started music pretty young. My dad his roommates were like a heavy metal band. And he used to say when I was like 2 or 3, I would sit in their band practices and sing like corn songs with them. And then when I was 6, I got really into a band. No, I was 9. When I was 9, I got into a band called Slipknot, and Joey Jordison really like inspired me to play drums. So I actually started music by playing drums. And then when I was 12, I picked up a guitar and started singing. And 13, started producing my own music, and been doing it ever since. Yeah, and I've done all types of music. I've been doing the Forrest Isn't Dead brand since about 2017, 2018. And that's when I would say that I started doing music like as a profession. Um, and yeah, I would say some of my biggest influences would have to be like The Cure, Gorillaz, Nine Inch Nails, My Chemical Romance. Yeah, those are some of my big boys.
Those are
Yeah.
some good ones, yeah. So, Mac, how long have you been doing music videos and like kind of what else have you worked on? Who are your influences?
Before I dive in, I just want to say for us, the image of a 3-year-old you just screaming corn lyrics really did it for me.
Another music video idea.
This is horrible. Okay. I've been doing this. I did go to film school. So I grew up in Northwest Pennsylvania, went to film school in Pittsburgh, and met my business partner, Chad Tennies. You might even hear him yelling out there right now. Shout out, Chad. And yeah, started doing this professionally since like 2015. So it's been, yeah, about 7 years now. Yeah.
That's
Cool.
actually about the time I met you.
Yeah, no, you met me, right? Because I actually met Forrest when he was Doe,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Through Frank Mation.
yeah, through Frank.
Yep, shout out Frank. There he goes. Yeah. Yeah, man. So it's been a while. So I've known Forrest for honestly, yeah, about as long as I've been in
Years.
Atlanta. Yeah, I moved here in 2015, so about that long. 15, 16, somewhere in there we met.
Yeah,
And Forrest, you started this project with somebody else, right?
the
The
album.
Forrest Isn't Dead project.
So yeah, it started off with me and friend slash mentor Wes Green. He taught me a lot about making music and stuff. And also my buddy Matt Vassy, who plays guitar, and they both co-produced the music with me.
Nice.
Usually, like Wes might start an idea, and then we'll all jump on it, or Matt or me, and then sometimes we'll get in the studio, the three of us, and work it out. So yeah, that's like the general process, and we all play a bunch of different instruments and stuff, so it makes it a lot of fun.
That's awesome. So Forrest, why don't you talk a bit about like what this song is about? Like, what was it written about? What was the inspiration behind it?
I kind of like this song is like really open for interpretation. Like I have a couple of my own meanings, but I really like to keep it open ended so people can kind of get what they need from it, you know.
I get
But
that,
I
yeah.
know when writing the song, I remember in the studio in my mind, I was trying to make it feel like hot, like you're hot, like while you're listening to it, you know. And that's why there's a lot of fire references and stuff like that. Um, yeah, when I write songs, I more so like think of a vibe more than a concept of like I want this person to feel like this while listening rather than being like this song is about this, you know. And I like the idea of people kind of interpreting the lyrics for whatever they need from the song, you know.
That's a good way to go about it. I like that.
Thank you.
Um, so you guys already kind of talked about how you met, so that's awesome that you've known each other for so long.
Yeah.
And so I guess was the idea behind this video, was that one of your ideas? Was it kind of just like a collaborative idea that you had together?
It was this one was pretty collaborative. I know we sent Mac the song and then he sent out idea and we kind of loved it. And I think I was actually in the hospital whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you because I think I texted somebody or emailed to check in and they were like, well, actually just give us a little bit because Forrest is like patched up in the hospital. And I was like, what? I don't even remember what had happened to you.
I got hypermeiosis. So I'm allergic to THC.
Whoa.
Yeah. Makes me feel like dying. Yeah, totally.
Wow. Well, yeah, no, because I remember, and it's funny that you say that, which I love about your music, and I love doing music videos for that type of music where it's not so much linear, like, oh, this song is about this. It's more like about a vibe. And that's like, that was kind of what we went with for the video, you know, where it was like, I remember in my mind, it initially, I took it in a direction of almost, it could be a relationship thing where it's like you're on fire, not really for somebody, but about somebody, like almost in a bad way.
Yeah.
So I remember I had a girl written in the original treatment and you were like, you know what, let's not do that. What if it's even, I think it was your idea. You were like, let's do something even more off the wall where it's like, the scientists that are like, sort of like that whole vibe.
Yeah. Like kind of in my mind, once again, it's a little open to interpretation, but in my mind, it was kind of like you're in like a secret military base down underground, and they're like interrogating you / studying you, that type of vibe.
Yeah, like I always had you tied up. I liked the thing of you feeling like restrained and then breaking loose.
Right.
And then I always wanted to light you on fire, of course.
Since we met.
Was talking about a lot of ways to do that, but ended up figuring it out in a pretty cool way. But yeah. So that's the process usually with music videos is like a label, artist, management will send you the song and maybe like the budget and if there's any creative direction. And then you just write a treatment for it. And sometimes it's competitive, like with larger jobs, there's like, they'll send it to 1 million directors and then they just pick the treatment that they like the best. But with this, luckily, we just have a relationship. So, Forrest and Zuko will just contact me, send me the song, and we'll just start talking about it.
Well, that all sounds very cool. Let's go ahead and look at the video Fire by Forrest Isn't Dead.
I'm along for the ride, go away. Hard life for the dying, throw him in the fire. He's been gone for days, lost touch with fate. Burning deep inside me, turning endlessly, feeling deep. slept in waste. I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
Cool. So for this video, where did you guys shoot it at?
Actually, the head of the label here, his dad owned Greenbrier Mall, and so we just had access to the Macy's that was like abandoned. So we shot that in an abandoned Macy's, which is pretty cool.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm not gonna name drop it because it hasn't come out yet, but they were filming a new season of a really big TV show at the same time, and we got to kind of hang out on the set, which was super dope. I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm not gonna say the TV show, but yeah, that was really cool to be in that too.
That's so cool. Was that the same mall?
Yeah, it was at the same mall.
That's
Yeah,
really cool.
it was
That
like
sounds
we
so
were
cool.
shooting on different levels, and they had this whole thing built on another level. So we were kind of in the midst of they weren't shooting that day. It wasn't like we were shooting the same time, but their whole setup was still there. So
It was sick too.
yeah, they killed it.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
Well, after it comes out, you have to let me know which one it was.
Yeah, I will.
Oh,
How long did that shoot take? Was that like an all-day thing?
Yeah.
yeah, they usually are. Like normally a typical day, you can just expect 12-hour days on any given day. That's the standard. Sometimes it goes even more than that, 14. I've done 18, 20. Get into OT there, but hey, pain is temporary, film is forever. What
That's
can I say?
Hey, yeah, you should get that engraved on your desk.
Yeah, t-shirt or something.
Right.
It's my philosophy.
Fire was a 13-hour shoot, if I remember right.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty standard though, because we did I think we took like an hour, maybe half an hour for lunch, so you factor that in. But yeah, I mean, we basically were able to shoot the whole thing, like Forrest said, in this abandoned Macy's. So luckily it was all one sort of area. There was one little company move from a building to another building, but yeah, it was a 13-hour day and we just kept it rolling the whole time. It was actually a great shoot, really. It was super
It was a lot
efficient.
of fun.
We shot a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, there wasn't many. Oh, there was that one hiccup with the door.
Oh yeah.
That could have been
Yeah, that's
bad.
a good little anecdotal story. There was a door in the video when you watch it, and Forrest is in that room with the glass, and it's like an observation room.
Mm-hmm.
Which that room, I don't even know what that was, but what you don't see is that was like an abandoned kitchen
Yeah.
with like a giant metal vent, like a huge vent that spread across the whole ceiling, and it was disgusting. And there
Yeah.
was just this weird room with glass that you could like look in. So luckily Forrest wasn't in there when we closed the door, but the door closes like in on you, and as we closed it and slammed it and locked it, there's a sign on it that says "Do not close door. We do not have the key."
Yeah.
Oh
So then we
no.
had to shoot. We had all of our gear and lights in that room. Like we had to a lot of shit in there that we had to get back
Yeah.
out of it. So we had to call a locksmith and come get in that room. So
And,
that fucked us up for like a good hour, but we made up for it.
and we didn't waste any time. We shot the performance shots where the lights flashing. I'm in the bulletproof vest. We shot that shot right next to that room, and we were listening to the music for the shots through that room. It was, yeah, it was
Like
kind
through the wall, because we had our speaker.
Oh.
We only had one sound system, and it was
Yeah.
locked in that fucking room. So we had to luckily
Dude.
the Bluetooth was connected, so we could just still play it.
And I was almost in the room when we closed the door, but my fiance had got there, and I was like, "Well, give me 1 second," and they closed the door, and it was like an hour or so that the
Yeah.
door, so I would have been locked in that room for like an hour. That would have been miserable.
We had guys there was like boarded up. We had guys tearing off
Yeah.
the boards trying to get into the room.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a good story.
Oh yeah.
What were you say that was maybe like the most difficult shot trying to get the stuff while everything was in the room, or was there like one shot that was like just really hard to get?
Um, I think the shot, I wouldn't say it was hard, but the one that we did the most was the pouring the gasoline on myself. Just getting that one perfect. I think we did it like probably 20 times.
Oof.
Uh, Making
Yeah,
sure
there
it's
was.
a good shot.
Yeah, we had to get him to wave his hair in the right way so it looked the coolest.
Well, I was looking at the footage from that shoot the other day, and you were right. And I wasn't like annoyed at the time, but I looking at myself, I see what you're talking about because there's some of the shots, like the first couple we did, and you can see how much better the later ones tell. Because he'll be like, put your head up like this, like open your eyes right here, like, like do this right here, and you can just see it gradually, you know, get
The
better.
first ones just look straight uncomfortable and not cool.
Right, exactly. I'm just like,
You were like, this sucks.
yeah, yeah.
What were some of
But
your
yeah,
favorite shots to get?
honestly, that whole video was a blast. But I guess maybe my favorites was the first ones we did, which is like in the elevator with the opening shots and the performance shots. That was probably my favorite. What about you, Mac?
I really liked the undercrank stuff. And I loved shooting in that huge room where you were sitting in the chair and then you did the
Yeah,
gas. I mean, that one was just so cool because that room was epic. I love the way that that was lit. Um, Shout out to the DP, Caleb Seals. He did a great
yeah,
job. We had a light on those stairs. Everybody was calling it the stairway to heaven.
yeah.
Um, yeah. Oh, and when I say undercranked, like maybe I should explain that. That means like at certain points in the video, you'll see like the motion is fast and he's jittery. That means we just took the undercrank means that you took the frame rate lower than 24 frames a second, then played it back at 24.
Nice. Yeah, so that elevator shot, was that elevator in that Macy's?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's I forget, what are those elevators called again? I forgot what those
It's a service elevator, I think,
Yeah.
right? Or a freight elevator. That's what it
Freight,
is.
yeah, a freight elevator. That's what it's called.
Huh.
Yeah.
I would not have
It's
thought those were still in like a building. I mean, I guess it's not in use anymore, so that makes sense.
right.
So like at the end of the video when you did set yourself on fire, what was that? What did you set on fire?
You want to take
It was that was funny, man, because we talked about a lot of different ways to do that. Because I was like, he definitely gets set on fire in the end, and we were like, well, do we get a stunt guy? Do we, do we do this? Do we do that? So what we ended up doing was getting a mannequin and putting Forrest's basically hoodie and shit, the same shit he was wearing, to sell that behind the back shot. And then we burnt the mannequin out in the parking lot. So that with the final shot right after he flicks the lighter, what you're actually seeing is a comp of the thing on fire, which was in the parking lot, and then Forrest sitting not on fire in that room
Oh.
with some lighting gags that are making it look like the fire is, the light from the fire is dancing on the floor. So it's two shots. It's him just sitting there, not burning, just chilling. And then it's this mannequin burning. And you basically put them on top of each other and do a little edit trickery. And it makes it look like we burned them right in that room.
right in the Macy's.
Right in the Macy's, baby.
That
Yeah.
is awesome. I would never have thought about that being a possibility. That's so cool.
Yeah, it looks sick.
It looked good. It looked good. I actually thought I was going to have to hire a VFX person just to,
You didn't?
no, I actually did that myself.
Wow. Damn, I
Yeah,
didn't.
it wasn't nowhere near as hard as I thought it would be. Like I always try it myself first just to see. And
Right.
in that case, I was just like, wow, that sells. I was
I
like,
did it.
no need. Yeah.
Yeah, and also you cropped my feet, so it's like the way you can see that it's my actual feet, not
Yeah.
my legs. Like that's pretty crazy. Yeah.
So,
Preach.
did you guys bring a mannequin or did you find that in the abandoned Macy's?
No, we brought that. We actually, we only had one. Now that I think we only had one. I would have ideally liked to have a couple so we could have done it a couple of times, but we just did it the one time.
Oh man, what's kind of sad about that shot though is I had just bought 2 new pairs of jeans for myself, and one of them like kind of fit a little weird. So I was like, I'll burn these. So I accidentally put the ones I liked on the mannequin instead of the ones I didn't like, and I didn't realize it till I got home, and I was like, dude, like,
Oh, I never even knew that.
yeah. I was like, I love those jeans. Yeah,
That
I was
sucks.
super disappointed.
Yeah, they were done.
Yeah, they're done. Yeah.
So you
That's fun.
had a couple extras in that of those scientists. Were those friends or just people you hired?
That was actually Buddy with the beard is Matt, who is co-producer guitar. Wes was the bald dude who is keyboard in production slash my mentor. And then Kamani, who actually plays bass in the band, was the other dude. Yeah, and those are our scientists. They're band members.
That's so cool.
It's not. It's more of an Easter egg, but I love what the art team did with the little like when speaking of like the scientists, there's like just a quick shot when you see what they're writing on. It's like
Yeah.
I think it's like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but it's all if you pause it on that frame, there's like Easter eggs in there.
Yeah. Ligma.
Yeah.
It says he's on fire.
It was like, is this they like it was like, is this man on fire? They were like,
Yeah.
check, he is on fire. There's a bunch of funny stuff.
Oh, I'll go back and
As
look at
far as
that.
like stories, I'm trying to think because we already told the one about you almost getting locked in the thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say that art department, God bless them, they only brought one tiny extinguisher. So like it's a mannequin, so it's like burning plastic, which is not, it doesn't go out quick. So like when that thing burnt, and I have the whole take, I've watched it a million times, it's super funny. Like the thing starts burning and then they're like, and it's just the thing is empty and it's still like burning in this parking lot. We're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Had to kind of kick it out a little bit.
Oof.
Yeah.
So like at the opening, you had more like cinematic opening titles than you see in like a lot of music videos. Was that on purpose to make it seem more like a movie trailer or something like that?
Yeah, that was definitely a purposeful thing. Yeah, it came out sick.
Totally.
That text is so dope. I feel like it makes the video, you know?
It's a
Yeah,
great
it gives it a
opening.
cool flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, to do that and coming into the elevator shot was very nice, very capturing.
Another fun fact about that opening is that we didn't, I mean, it's a music video, so you don't really record sound on set. I mean, I should have, but I just didn't even, we invented that intro sort of while we were there.
Yeah.
Like I always knew we would start in the elevator, whatever you call it, the freight, but all of those sounds you hear are sound design. Like that's all stuff that I put in after the fact.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
I thought it sounded pretty real.
It did.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. I think initially we planned the dragging scene to be the opening scene of
Oh, we did. You're right. You're so right.
where Wes and Matt are dragging me on either side. It only happened
Yeah.
2 seconds. But I think we planned for that to be the opening scene, and then they saw the freight elevator, Chad and Mac, and were like, nah, this is it. And then it was it. So
Yeah, it looks really cool. It was a cool way to just sink you into it, the vibe.
for sure. Opening up too. So,
Mhm.
Definitely a good call there.
mhm.
So what do you guys have coming up? Like, what are your next steps?
Well, for me, just we're doing a lot of music videos over here at Resolve Media Group. We just did some stuff for Earth Gang, who just let out their new album Ghetto Gods, so we got that coming up.
Shout out Earth Gang.
Recently did one for Jid that was doing really well. We love those guys over at Dreamville. Yeah, got a couple other videos coming up too. I mean, I just love doing music videos. I love film. I love all this stuff.
Y'all did the Playboy Cardi Whole Lot of Red videos, didn't y'all?
Yeah, we did Sky, which
Yeah.
is the one where they all raid the
Grocery store.
Piggly Wiggly. Man, that was a crazy video. Yeah, that was a crazy video.
And as far as us, we've got shows coming up. I know that we're gonna do shows here and there probably through spring, summer, and then we're looking to do like an official tour in fall. And we are also looking to have an album finally out by fall. So that is our plan, and you know, we'll have some other things sprinkled in here and there. But yeah, that's what we got going. Just getting
Awesome.
that finished up.
And so it looks like you're in the studio. Can you show that? Is that allowed?
This is Madison Records. That's actually this
Oh, no.
soundboard from Southern Ground Studios. I think I'm saying that right. That board has recorded Aretha Franklin, Limp Bizkit. It's recorded Bruce Springsteen, Pearl Jam. The list goes on. And now it has recorded Forrest Isn't Dead.
Damn, that is awesome.
It's a legendary board, and I'm very thankful to be able to work on it. You know, it's crazy. Dream come
That's
true.
that's awesome.
I think your next video should be water, and we'll drown you.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
That's yeah. I'm
know?
down. And then
pull the rug out on them.
we could do wind and earth too.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
bury you and throw you off a building.
That sounds good to me.
He commits. I will say, this man commits.
Oh yeah.
You're
dude.
you're great to work with in that way. Like, you're down. Some people are not down, as you would think.
I'm down for anything.
Anything. That's what I love.
Yeah. You know, I like the motto. Even when I do music, it's like you don't know until you try. You know.
Hmm.
And I feel like people sometimes feel like if you try, you have to do it, like keep it. But like, you can try anything and then just like be like, yeah, this didn't work, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay if it doesn't work first try. You know, but you don't know till you try. Gotta try.
Gotta try.
Gotta try. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Cool. Well, this has been Frame of Reference featuring the music video Fire by Forrest Isn't Dead with Matt Grant, the creative director. Thank you guys so much for being here today. It was great to have you. Hope to have you back soon with some other fun projects.
Oh yeah.
This was fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Had a-
Thank you guys so
Alright.
much. We'll talk to you later.
All right. have
Peace.
fun.